So at Whitson, we always recommend to create so-called EOS model or fluid model that covers all the fluids in a particular field and or basin. But let's say you're in a basin where you don't have any PVT data, or it's very early in the exploration phase, but you still would like to have some accurate PVT properties. What do you do then in Whitson Plus? Well, if you go to the EOS module in Whitson Plus, there is a Add EOS option right here to the right. And there we actually have the option to add two default equations of state that is in the software. The first one is just a generic equation of state, a so-called Ping-Robinson equation of state, developed by one of my colleagues, Bilal. It's not tuned to any particular type of data, so that's why you get this warning right here that says that this equation of state is not tuned to any PVT data in this field or basin, and it's of course recommended to gather PVT data and use this data as the basis to develop a properly tuned EOS model. But we would argue that if you don't have any other type of data, that this should at least be a great starting point to do calculations in a particular field. The other alternative would be to add the so-called dry or wet gas equation of state, and that's an equation of state primarily being developed for dry gas fields that, or maybe wet gas that primarily have these or are dominated by these lighter hydrocarbons, such as methane, for instance. But the same thing applies there. Again, the same warning appears in software, and they should primarily be used in cases where you don't have any PVT data. But if you have it, please make sure to create a properly tuned EOS model.